it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, it's the Buckeye Show. I am Tito. My man, Devier, to my right. Cole back there running things. It's a great day today. No place I'd rather be than right here with you, Devier, at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. What's up, Columbus? Buckeye Show, man. It's kind of weird, right? We're not playing this weekend. Right. I want to love the bye week, but at the same time, it's like a family member is gone. You know, like this weekend, he's just gone for the weekend. But it's all good. We'll be back next week, Tito.
Yes, and we'll talk more about it. I got some information on the bye weeks, too, that in the past for Ohio State, their success after the bye week. We'll talk about that. We're only 2 weeks here. Cole, how are you today, my friend? You doing well? I should have asked you that also.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen you at all today. I don't think we've crossed paths in the offices or the studios or whatever, but it's good to see you. Hello.
You too,
What's up, Cole?
What's up, Devier?
So we are a mere 2 weeks in the college football season, Devier, and I was thinking about this today with how much okay, if I say 3 weeks, if you want to count week 0, that's stupid. We're 2 weeks in. Week 1 is just 2 weeks. That's all. So nonetheless, how much, and I'm curious how much different the Big Ten landscape looks now for you with what you looked at, like what you consider to be the preseason. Now, I know you're somebody who was not that high on Oregon, so, and major props to you for that one, for how they've looked so far.
Yeah.
But as far as like the teams that you thought would be at the top or the bottom or the middle of the Big Ten, is there a team or a couple of teams that have surprised you the most so far with their performance?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple teams that were confirmed, a couple teams that I wasn't sure about, a couple teams that I'm still, that I wasn't sure about, that I kind of feel like I have an idea about them now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just been letdowns, right? I think I'll start with the teams I'm not unsure. Like, I'm just not sure about Wisconsin. It's just tough to gauge them. Although they haven't lost at home, they have some big home games. They got Alabama this weekend. I think Alabama is favored by 16.5.
Yes.
Like, I don't think Bama goes to Wisconsin, Camp Randall, and just smokes these guys. Like, I just don't have that feeling.
You think it's a closer game than the 16.5?
I think they take them to the wire.
Alabama struggled last week.
They
and
did
then
struggle last week.
Midway through the fourth quarter, they took over and scored like 21 straight points. But yes, they struggled for a good portion of last week.
Yeah, and I think Fickle's going to slow the game down, get it as muddy as possible. So that's a team. I wasn't sure about Oregon. I think they're starting to clear up. I think they are a little bit of hype. Penn State, I'm not sure about them.
Which one is it, right? Is it the West Virginia team or is it the Bowling Green team? I don't know, but it was bad against Bowling Green.
It was bad. And then surprises, Illinois.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with how
Kansas, yep.
Yeah, I know that's, Brett Bielema seems like he might have him rolling. Nebraska, I'm surprised. Raiola is looking like the real deal.
And the defense looks really good.
The defense looks good.
In Lincoln, too, yeah.
So, the pick obviously was strong on Ohio State. I was strong on USC, and Miller Moss and those guys, Zachariah Branch, the playmakers they have. All they needed to do was play some defense, and it looked like they're playing defense right now. Washington, I'm unsure. I don't know, Tito.
Yeah, there's too much still to be seen on these things, like with some of these teams. Now, Oregon, their offense has looked great, except for the scoring part. Dylan Gabriel's very efficient, had a couple of really good games.
Yeah.
It's just they're not putting the ball in the end zone. Their offensive line is bad. That's a big issue for Oregon, I think.
Yeah. And
that's one of the things where it's like, if they don't get that figured out by the time they play Ohio State, it's going to be a long game for them in Eugene for the Oregon Ducks.
Well, they're favored by 16.5 to Oregon State. And little nugget for listeners, I think Oregon State's going to cover that.
They see Oregon State. Oregon's got to show us. Yes.
They're 2-0 right now.
So you got the Oregon thing there. Iowa, after there was all that hype after they scored 40, still was the under in that game. But after they scored, we had a 40-0 shutout in the first game, and then losing that game to Iowa State was just pathetic. That's not a game they should have lost. Not that Iowa State's not a good team. Iowa at home, though, after that first win, They had all this momentum coming in. They should have done better than that. I'm the one. If I've got an Ohio State tattoo on one arm, I've got a Rutgers one on the calf right now, probably because I'm rooting for Rutgers. They look pretty good too.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens with them. USC is the other big one.
Tito, why'd you have to make a tattaue joke?
Tito,
Tito,
you know what? No, that's not that.
He just never
stops. Change the board in the back there. It's now been 0 days since Tito's offended a former Buckeye athlete. It happened again. The tattoo thing.
No, I'm joking with you. I'm with you on records. I had to take that one. My bad.
Now you know what's going to happen now? Officially going to vacate my appearance. I won't get paid for today because of that. Terrell Pryor, call in. We'd love to talk to you. Oh, good Lord. But no, it's only I'm a big Rutgers guy this year. I think they're going to have a decent year this year. The USC thing, though, is that's the one. I think USC is for real after beating LSU the way they did. And like some of the other teams are talking about that might be 2-0, but we're not sure on Oregon. They're 2-0, but they're 2-0, and we don't have that with USC because I think that USC's already proven what they are, and their defense looks so much better to me.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, and Miller Moss is for real. I think he'll be in those Davey O'Brien Heisman talks as the season wears down. I mean, they have a crazy schedule now. I mean, they got to go to Michigan. They have Oregon at home.
Right.
I think they got to go to another cold place, Penn State. They got to go to Penn State late. And those will be tough games for them. But, I mean, to outlast a SEC team in an early game like that, and the thing about SEC teams that people don't realize is I'm not saying the SEC is better.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that they play hard all 4 quarters. Like, the games come down. Like, just think of the Alabama-Auburn game. Right, like in Alabama ended up in the playoffs, but they were fighting for their life before that 60-yard bomb that Mill rolled through, and so they're used to playing in long battle type of games all year round. And so for them to outlast the SEC team late, you talk about confidence builder for USC, huge confidence builder.
As we're going to find out in December and January, like which conference, I don't know which conference is better, but the SEC and Big Ten, they're going to settle this in the playoffs because they're going to play each other at some point, or they'll be competing for playoff berths. You might see a Big Ten matchup in one of the games, but eventually we're going to figure out who's got the better conference, probably top to bottom. But the Wisconsin-Alabama game this week, and I know Michigan, I expected them to get blown out by Texas, and they did. So I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
I won't be shocked if Alabama covers the spread against Wisconsin, but I think it's a bad look for the conference if Texas and Alabama go in back-to-back weeks and really push around Big Ten schools on their home fields.
Yeah, no, you're right there, Tito, and that would be for us overall. But I mean, what are your thoughts on Michigan State? I think they look good. I think Childs looks good.
He does.
The freshman receiver they have is an absolute animal. He came out of nowhere.
I like the fact, look, Jonathan Smith is a damn good coach.
Yes,
he's making a difference there already. He's one of those guys, I think, who can come in and turn things around very, very quickly. And so I like that about them. It's hard to get a gauge on them. I want to see them.
They can be undefeated coming into us going up to East Lansing.
Right, and that'll be a big one there just because the fact that obviously it's the first real test for Ohio State. And so, I think that they, I think that they're a decent team. I still want to see a little more out of them, and I'm curious to see what Ohio State do on the road in the road environment there. But Ohio State's schedule to me today, Devier, looks a lot more difficult than Ohio State looks great. It looks more difficult than it did a month and a half ago to me.
It always gets like that.
Before I was thinking, all they got to do, look, they'll take care of Penn State. That's fine. The Oregon game will be big. Michigan's going to suck. Whatever. And so I thought to myself, it's not that bad of a schedule for the schedule, not that daunting at all. But now when you go at Michigan State, the Nebraska game all of a sudden on the 26th of October, that looks like a tougher game now for me. But that stretch of when you go host Iowa at Oregon, you get the bye week. Host Nebraska at Penn State, that's a tough little run right there.
Yeah, it is a tough run, and we need to stay healthy. But I think that's the best part about these games that we have early, right? We have this bye week.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of the other guys, a lot of reps, clean up things with the first team. But being able to go, 4 quarterbacks deep last week really helps our depth as we go into these long stretches. This Michigan State, Iowa, Oregon, Nebraska, Penn State, that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Those are tough back-to-backs there. So just being able to get those younger guys reps and kind of, perfect, the things that we need to get better at. I'm confident that, if Burke gets called out of one of those games, that Jermaine Matthews can go give us some looks. I'm confident if Cody Simon's injury, rears his head again, CJ Hicks and Arvell Reese can go out there and make big plays. So that's a good thing about these early games in this bye week right now.
And this is the first of 2 bye weeks this year. Coming up next, you can call it a bye week, an off week. Ryan Day calls it improvement week. Hell, you can call it wedding week if you want to here in Central Ohio. Call it what you want. But how's Ohio State fared after the bye week in recent years? We'll do that next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my, Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I'm proud to play for The Ohio State University. I remember earning my first Buckeye sticker on my helmet. It gave me pride, it gave me energy, and gave me another reason to win. To be a Buckeye football player like me, Emeka Ibuka, is to know I am part of a legacy. Weber Grills is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, and as a 72-year-old brand, they know a thing or two about legacies. To celebrate these shared legacies, Weber launched an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State Premium Kettle Grill, inspired by our iconic helmets. Get yours at a local Ohio retailers.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Soy has been keeping secrets, and it's ready to share. Soybeans are among the most versatile agricultural products. They are used in creative ways you may have never realized to make products we all love and use every day. Ohio is leading the way, developing new uses for soybeans to support our changing world. Soy low-key slays, and I'm here for it. Learn more about soybeans at soysecrets.org. This ad brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit profootballhof.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Friday night in the Buckeye State means only one thing: high school football game. Join Brian Baker and Coach Lee Cochran for Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime.
Friday night at 9:30.
Your home of all things football, The Fan.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, a little on the warm side on this Wednesday with light winds, temperatures in the upper 80s, down to around 60 degrees overnight with light winds and mainly clear skies. And after a warm start, a hot finish, plenty of sunshine, light winds, and highs near 90 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
If the colors scarlet and gray made a sound, that sound would be this. This is the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show, presented by CareSource. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tito and Devier here with you this evening. So the first bye week of 2, because the early start to the season with the way the calendar fell with August 31st for the first full week, and the week before that we had the week 0 stupid thing. But anyway, so the last time, do you want to wager a guess when the last time Ohio State lost after a bye week?
So the wager is you doing 20 push-ups.
Come on. Okay, fine. And by the way, we're not talking about like the bye weeks between like the end of the season and the playoff. That's fine. If you get it exactly right, that's fine. You get exactly right. You get the year right, I'll do 20 push-ups.
Is it in the Trestle era or Urban Meyer era?
Oh, see, now you want all this. Now you want hints.
It's the Urban Meyer era.
I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to do 20 push-ups you want. I'm not going to give you any clues.
Did we lose to Purdue on the road?
That would be incorrect.
I'll do the push-ups, Tito.
In 2005, Ohio State lost 24-17 on October 8th against Penn State.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't getting that.
Now, since then, they've beaten.
It was a Trestle error. You could have gave me the Trestle error.
No, I couldn't have.
Yes, you could, because you knew I would have got it right.
I know you would have gotten it right, so I didn't do it. Now, most of their bye weeks, they would come later in the season, so it'd be like Big Ten opponents.
Okay.
And so they had 2 bye weeks back in 2019. They beat Northwestern 52-3 in the first one, beat Maryland 73-14. What else? They had 2 bye weeks in consecutive years in 13 and 14.
73-14.
73-14 is Maryland 2019.
Oh, my Lord. I miss those urban scores.
Oh, just doesn't care. Yeah, I know. Just did not care. Like, we're just going to go. We're going to keep doing this.
Keep the starters in.
But, like, they had Wisconsin a couple times after bye weeks. Usually, like I say, it was Big Ten opponents most of the time when they did that. 2017, they squeaked out a win against Penn State 39-38. In 18, they barely beat Nebraska 36-31. The Wisconsin game back in 2012 was 21-14 in overtime.
So you're saying the reoccurring thing is we potentially could start slow against Marshall.
No, I think that it will be that's the only thing. Like, that's what I worry about. They called it an improvement week.
Yeah.
What were bye weeks like for you?
Man, for me, I'm trying to remember a bye week in the college year. For some reason, I'm not remembering anything.
What were your years each year? What was your career there at Ohio State years again?
8, 9, 10, and 11.
Okay. In 08, you guys beat Northwestern off a bye week 45-10.
Okay.
In 10, you beat Penn State off a bye week 38-14. In 11, you beat Wisconsin 33-29 off the bye week. None of that rings a bell with you.
In 11, we did? Okay.
11 against Wisconsin, 4-point game.
Yep, that was a good game.
Like always, looks like Ohio State with all the momentum they've got after that last game. Yeah. What a complete game it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you don't have a game this Saturday. And I know that, like I say, Ryan Day calls it improvement week, which I love the fact he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, as a player, I imagine it's a little easier for the veterans to stay locked in.
Yep.
And if you have leadership, you can do it. But it's also, it just seems weird to me.
Yeah, you always wonder, should you practice on that Saturday, right?
Right.
Yeah, like, should you do a walkthrough, go do something light that day, just run around, be fast. But you know what? Bye weeks they're great because you can get those nagging injuries. You can extra treatment, right? Without the pressure of playing, you can heal up a little bit, Tito. And then at the same time, just schematically, you can clean up some things. And then also, like, hey, we're doing this well. Let's add this onto this look. Let's add some plays. Let's work on this as far as doing some Marshall prep.
Right.
Maybe even doing some Michigan State prep.
Yeah.
It gives the scouting department a lot of time to kind of get ahead and get those game plans ready. And then also you can clean up mistakes from those first couple of weeks, right? Like that's how you get better is you heal those injuries, you stay moving, you get ahead in the work schedule, and then at the same time, let's fix some mistakes. So you only have a choice but to get better, and it's tough not playing on Saturdays, when you want those games every week. You've waited in training camp for 6 to 8 weeks, and you're like, I don't get to play. I was hitting on all cylinders. But I think Ryan Day has the right mindset going into it and keeping the guys focused. And the good thing about this team, too, Tito, they're a veteran, internally policed team, right?
Sure.
Like they won't take reps off. Like they'll be getting better. They know that they're trying to accomplish things as players and then as this team. This is a special group. So I'm not worried at all.
With how deep this team is, too, and how many guys are competing for spots, it's like I think they know they can't let off the gas at all because they don't want to get passed on the depth chart. But having all these guys that came back that could have left for the NFL and guys that have been through this, it's just uber focused there, I would guess, on that. And you're right. Michigan State, by the way, their next 2 games, they've got Prairie View this week. Okay, so it's a bye week.
Yeah,
but then they've got to play at Boston College.
Yeah.
That's not going to be an easy game going to Bill O'Brien out there.
Bill O'Brien has them rolling, too, right
now. Yeah, they're ranked in the top 25.
They're ranked the 24th. And they are a good test for Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
And I think they could possibly get him. But he's going to have that offense going. He is an offensive guy, so we'll see what Michigan State's defense is.
Right.
See what they're built like.
Yeah, if Michigan State wins these next, they'll beat Prairie View. If they beat Boston College on the road, though, I could see them being ranked in the top 25 heading into the Ohio State game. Then if they're 4-0 at that point, with the quality win over them, they beat Maryland this past week. And
is that a night game?
They haven't announced a time yet on that game. All the way through the Marshall game. Yeah.
If they win, Boston College, I'm betting a 4:30 or night game start.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, on the 28th, there's already some games announced. Now, granted, the Big Ten one is not, but that's also the October 28th. The schedule. There's some pretty good games on there, but I think that's the Alabama Georgia game is the ABC or I guess ESPN game. It's gonna be. I'm looking at it. It's the ABC game is Georgia and Alabama. There is not a night game announced yet for the Big Ten yet on that one. They got Nebraska Purdue is scheduled for noon. But they haven't announced if it's the big noon game or not. But among the Big Ten games, that could be the biggest one. You've got Wisconsin at USC. That might be intriguing depending on what happens this weekend. What else?
That's a big game.
Yeah, that's a big one there. I could see. And a night game in East Lansing, I'm not a huge fan of that just because I don't. Minnesota's at Michigan, Wisconsin, USC, Oregon's at UCLA, Illinois at Penn State. That's a pretty good schedule there for the Big Ten.
Penn State is going to be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that could be a good one also. We got to find out, see how good Penn State really is. In the chat, by the way, Ace 23 Shooter wants to know, what are our favorite cheat meals? Do you have a favorite cheat meal?
Yes, I do, Ace.
Okay, what's your favorite cheat meal?
I go to Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And I say, hey, I want a spicy chicken deluxe with cheese. And then I take that spicy chicken deluxe with cheese.
Yep.
Then I order French fries on the side.
Okay.
And then I say I want Polynesian for the French fries. And then I say I also want another side order of mac and cheese, Ace. And this is what I do. I peel the cap on that bun.
Right.
I also take that top off that mac and cheese. And then I order some buffalo ranch.
Okay.
Right, Cole? And then I take that mac and cheese, I put it on top of the spicy chicken. Then I put that bun back on top of that baby. Then I pour buffalo chicken ranch, and I got a spicy mac and cheese buffalo chicken sandwich.
That's the most descriptive cheat meal I've ever heard in my life.
I could slam one of those.
That sounded really good.
Right now.
And it makes my answer of pizza look dumb.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a cheat.
That's all I was going to say. He went through the description that Devier gave there.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Now, Ace, are you tearing that up or not?
We'll see if Ace, what he says on that one. How about you? You got a cheat meal over there? Okay, you're so skinny.
Cole doesn't cheat.
No,
Cole's a solid hard-boiled eggs.
Cole's young enough to where he still won't. No, go ahead. You still your metabolism's still through the roof, so you eat what cheat meal for you. Whatever.
No, but I know what kills it.
What's that?
I've been getting into barbecue lately.
Yeah.
And so pulled pork sandwiches are calling my name, but it's not that. It's the sides that get me. So the pasta salad and the potato salad, two of my favorite foods, those will put on weight quicker than you can believe.
Absolutely, they will. Absolutely. This guy has a good taste right here because some barbecue sounds good. We're coming to the end of barbecue season, Tito. Or you barbecue all year round?
I think you do it year round. Look, I'll get a hankering for ribs in November. I don't care. You know, you watch. I'm going to have a game day this year. I'll have ribs and chili that I make, and I'll do that at one point. That's always a good combination too for me.
It's a beef overload.
That really is. All right, coming up next, time to get some drinks in here. So we're going to have Beers and Buckeyes with Pat Murphy. We'll do that next. This is the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
When that alarm clock goes off, Morning Juice comes on. The perfect way to dominate your day or just lay around the house. Morning Juice.
Weekdays at 6.
The Fan.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye playoff game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where you'll save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees. One Performance, 2 locations, Georgesville and Delaware.
Cannot combine offers, not valid on previous sales. Offer expires 9/30/24.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $15 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster. That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $15 a month.
Hurry. Deal ends September 12th. Join today for $15 a month.
See Home Club for details.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set the second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
And indeed it is. Head out to the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Beers and Buckeyes with our good friend Pat Murphy. Pat, we just had a very important, deep conversation about cheat meals. I don't know if you caught it or not, but Devier had about a 3-minute monologue on what his cheat meal is. By the way, they want to know on the chat what you call that, Devier, so I don't know if you have a name for it or not. But nonetheless, do you have a cheat meal, Mr. Murphy?
Well, a cheat meal would require me to have like some form of self-control and a diet and things like that. What I will say is that my lovely fiance does a great job of making sure that we eat well. But no, I don't have a cheat meal, but I do have a very soft spot for ice cream. Like it's hard for me to turn down the opportunity of the ice cream.
What's the best ice cream in the city, Pat?
Graders.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Is your fiance in the room with you right now or listening to this right now?
She's not. She actually, right before you guys called, she went to the kitchen where she was going to start making dinner. We're having wontons tonight. So she said, I don't believe she can hear me. Oh, she popped her head in. She can hear me, but that was not the intent.
I know, but the fact you said that, my wife makes sure we eat healthy and all that, sounded like she was in the room. Because
it's just the truth.
My wife does the same thing, but like if she's not in the room, it's you know what? My wife really pisses me off by making me eat healthy all the time. But if she was here, I would say the same thing you said. So that's why I was checking on that. Bye week right now for Ohio State, coming off that big butt whooping, the 56-0 win, and the defense playing a perfect game, essentially allowing 99 yards, a shutout there for them. As you've watched this defense in the first 2 weeks, tell me something they have to work on.
It's interesting. I'm currently in the process of writing something about this, so that's good timing on your part. I think what you could say about this defense, if you really want to nitpick, is that so the first game, the talk was about, okay, they got the turnovers, right? And then the second game was the shutout. Okay, how do you put those two together and get the turnovers in a game where maybe you don't necessarily shut out, but, hold the team to 3 or things like that? Because that was what Cody Simon really stressed after the game was like, shutouts remain a priority for this team. And then I think it's, does this defense do what it's done against 2 MAC teams once you start playing in the Big Ten, right? And we saw how good they were last year. Now you could argue what quality of offenses maybe there were in the Big Ten last season. I think it's better this year. But we're going to see. I mean, I just watched today. I watched Dylan Raiola play for Nebraska, and I think that's going to be a bigger challenge than maybe people thought. So I still think the Buckeyes will be able to take care of business. But, having a quarterback like that come in, maybe their first real test at the shoe, and you've obviously got to come in and whatnot. So I think it's just continuing to kind of put it all together and have the performances line up when you need them down the road.
Pat, my man, I did his podcast last Friday, so we got to chat and we caught up. And I got 2 questions for you, Pat. It's Beers and Buckeyes today. So my first question is, are you drinking another spritzer? It was a cherry pink lemonade with the umbrella today. And then how about those Buckeyes in the NFL? I always love, catching your tweets when you're showing love to guys in the NFL. My Buckeye of the week, NFL wise, is definitely J.K. Dobbins, just from all the stuff he's gone through. Got the game ball with the Chargers. I'm really happy to see him get back into form. He really looked like J.K. from his freshman year. And it's just a glimpse of how special he really is as a back. So, yeah, those are my 2 questions, Pat. Really want to hear answer 1.
All right. No, I got some beers. I do still, I'll drink a White Claw from time to time or High Noon or something like that. But I do have beers in the fridge. It is a Wednesday. Timmy switched the days up on me, so I'm not saying that I won't have a beer tonight, but it feels a lot more appropriate on like a Thursday or Friday when we talk about it.
Absolutely.
But on to the NFL. Yeah, JK was exciting. I got to watch a decent amount of that game. And, I did think it was funny. I think the day after or something, he was asked about Jim Harbaugh and, made the comments about he loves his new coach, but he doesn't think those 3 wins against Ohio State count. So he's still repping the Buckeyes. But he looked like J.K. Dobbins. Maybe he doesn't quite have the same finishing speed that he used to. I know he's caught on one of those long runs, and you have those injuries. It's going to catch up to you a little bit. But I thought he looked as close to J.K. Dobbins as we've seen in the NFL, and especially in a while. There were some really good defensive performances too. Joey Bosa had a good one. Jonathan Cooper, I thought played. I got to watch some of that one as well, not just looking at the stats. You got 50-plus guys playing in these games. You're going to have some good performances. It was nice to see Zeke get in the end zone, even though it was against the Browns. Obviously he had a rough year last year, so it's always fun to keep an eye on these guys, and I try and get my stuff done on Sundays in order to watch as much NFL as I can.
Patrick Murphy joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Beers and Buckeyes with him. He's with 24/7 Sports and Bucknuts. Now, Devier and I were talking earlier about how kind of the way we look at the Big Ten a couple weeks into the season now versus how I might have looked at it a month ago. I feel like a month from now, we're going to have a much better read on who the truly elite teams are in the Big Ten. A month from now, if we were talking to you, who do you think you're going to say is the second best team in the Big Ten?
That is a good question. I have only watched a little bit of Oregon. I caught the end of their game the other night, but obviously the scores do not reflect positively. Now, I assume the Ducks still get things in gear. I think they can get some health on the offensive line. That's probably still a pretty good team. But I mentioned Dylan Raiola in Nebraska. Not that Colorado, I think, is any good, but that's the type of performance in primetime that kind of gets people's attention when Colorado and Dion come to town. I still think Iowa can be a team that's going to, cause some people issues just because of their defense. The offense, I thought, maybe got back into gear, but then last week it struggled again. So, that may be a time thing. But, I think it's right now Ohio State has started to kind of pull away. Penn State looked good week 1 and then didn't look as good week 2. So, based on the performances, and again, it's 2 MAC opponents, but I think it's kind of looking like Ohio State and everybody else. But I do think Oregon, Penn State, maybe even Nebraska and Iowa will be in the conversation as we get, like you said, a month or so out.
No USC, Pat.
Oh, USC. Sorry, I forgot they're in the conference because that's still so new to me. Yes, USC as well. Oregon's on my mind because obviously the Buckeyes are headed up there. Yeah. USC's looked good. I have watched them both weeks that they've played. And, yes, that would be the team, actually. You're right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to ask you, just with the Buckeyes injuries, is this a good week? You think that all those guys and that injury report, well, we don't have injury report, but whenever they let us know that the guys are playing, do we get cleared up? Do we see Donovan Jackson more in a healthier state, and Cody Simon look pretty good? How do you feel about those injuries coming into Marshall next weekend?
Yeah, I think it was, as good of a time in terms of if you're going to have an early season bye, off week, whatever you want to call it. Cody got out there, got some reps, got some snaps, I should say, and I thought he looked pretty good as well. But now he gets, he said he hadn't tackled in basically since last season, really. So now he has the time to kind of recover from that and get his body right for the stretch here before the next off week. And then with Donovan Jackson, it sounds like, he could have played in that game if they needed him to. So I anticipate that another week off will get him closer. And I can, it'd be tough for me to imagine him not stepping back in and being that starting left guard. It's a weird one, a year with 2 bye weeks, and obviously one this early in the season. But I think, it could set up well for this nice little stretch here before you head out to Oregon and you do get some of that rest you're talking about.
We'll get you out here on this one. The 2 bye weeks this year, I've often said how important that is for the wedding industry here in town. Have you set a date yet? And is it during a football? It can't be during. Have you set a date yet? And how important is it for you to have it on a bye week?
We have not set a date, but it will definitely not be during football season. We're thinking, spring, early summer down the road here a little bit. But even the bye week is too busy to do something like that for those of us who, I mean, I guess you could do it, but I wouldn't.
He's
I
putting
wouldn't
off the
advise
wedding.
it, I don't think.
He's putting off the wedding.
He's not putting off the wedding. No, don't say that. His fiance is right there. Don't say that. I gave him grief one time because you guys have been together for a long time, right?
Correct. Yes, 8 years.
And I gave you some grief one time on the air, and I said, I can't believe you're not married yet to her. But you fixed that now. It's my first time I think I've talked to you since, and congratulations on that. Very happy for you on that one. And nothing but happiness going forward. And also make sure you don't get married on Wednesday because we need you, or Thursday, we need you with Beers and Buckeyes. Just outside of that, though, everything else is open.
All right. Sounds good, guys, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
You bet, brother. We'll talk soon. That was Pat Murphy there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline joining us. Good for him. I felt bad after I gave him some grief about being with her for so long.
Yeah, Tito. I shouldn't. You say stuff, but deep down, you don't feel bad. You know what you're doing. You got me today. You got
the tattoo thing, no.
Tito says stuff, and he doesn't feel bad.
Do you feel bad making fun of Tyvis for the Virginia Tech game every single time you see him?
No, I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel. I love doing that to Tyvis. You know what? I would tell you.
See, he loves it. He finds enjoyment.
Listen,
true colors revealed.
No,
I'm trolling.
I do feel bad, but I think I just think I don't have a good sense. I think I don't have that filter that I need to have.
You feel bad that you said it, but you feel better that you got it off.
Oh, listen, yeah. I think some of the stuff I say is funnier than hell. The tattoo thing, I felt bad, but it was funny. It wasn't important. The Tyvis stuff, when I told Tyvis the last time I cried while watching a show on television was a replay of the Virginia Tech game, I said that right to him. That was great, too. He told me I looked like a white Morgan Freeman, which I thought was a bit over the top. I don't know if I appreciate that one. That may have been a bit too mean. Coming up next, wrap things up with some Buckeye leaves. We'll do that next on the Buckeye Show.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say. Oh my, Bob. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye playoff game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
I'm proud to play for The Ohio State University. I remember earning my first Buckeye sticker on my helmet. It gave me pride, it gave me energy, and gave me another reason to win. To be a Buckeye football player like me, Emeka Ibuka, is to know I am part of a legacy. Weber Grills is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, and as a 72-year-old brand, they know a thing or two about legacies. To celebrate these shared legacies, Weber launched an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State Premium Kettle Grill, inspired by our iconic helmets. Get yours at a local Ohio retailers.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman for the Bath Authority. It's time to make your bath and shower something you really love. Something so great, your singing in the shower comes from a genuine place of happiness. Don't keep staring at that outdated bath, the mold, the mildew, the broken tiles. Every unit from the Bath Authority is custom built. You choose the premium accents and accessories. Right now, get free installation on your new bath or shower, plus 36 months of 0% interest. Visit thebathauthority.com. That's thebathauthority.com. A better bath awaits.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Barely 5 hours a week. It's how much time most of us spend outdoors. Not nearly enough time getting lost in canopies of breathtaking fall colors. Brilliant hues extending all across America's third most forested state. We could all use a little more time outdoors, soothing mind, body, and spirit in West Virginia. Plan your fall getaway at wvtourism.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Saturday is game day on the Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, you're home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
All right, I lied. I said Buckeye leaves. It's #Buckeyes. I got it wrong. That's my fault, Devier.
It's all good.
So we'll do some #Buckeyes here. First, I want to tell you about this while we're before we get into that, though, is that I saw a draft that came out by Chris Trapasso of CBS Sports, and he did a mock draft. This guy's usually pretty good, I think, but I didn't like this one, and the reason being, call me Homer, he's only got, I think, 2 Buckeyes going in the first round. That seems a little bit low to me with this team, what it is. But he's got Emeka Egbuka going 17 overall to the Chargers. And then I think it's Jack Sawyer's next one. He's got Jack Sawyer going to the Ravens at number 30. And that's it in the first round. That surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, that is surprising. But, you know, when you win national championships, and if this team goes and does that, you know, a lot of guys get drafted pretty high.
Yeah.
You know, that changes the landscape of things in the draft in terms of national championships, right?
I had a damn Buckeye leaf. I was going to give you a Buckeye leaf for your 2-0 coaching this past weekend.
Give me the leaf.
Okay, I was going to do that. It's #Buckeyes, but I'm giving you a Buckeye leaf anyway. Your teams went 2-0 in your coaching flag football for your sons. That's a great way to start the season.
Great way. I mean, the guys executed at a high level. We had one cry.
Okay.
One crier.
That's never easy.
And it was my son.
It was your son?
Yeah. He was like, you're coaching.
Right.
Why don't you give me the ball? And I'm like, listen, because I want to win.
Right.
You know, at the same time, hey, you should be happy with this dub. And you should be celebrating me. I got my first coaching win.
Right.
What's wrong with this kid?
Game ball to you, I think you should have done.
What's wrong with
I had the
this
same
kid?
thing with my kid the other day. This first game of the season, this is like his 4th year flag. He's a second grader, but he usually is like a tailback kind of thing, you know, whatever. But they had him at quarterback for most of the game. Mm-hmm. And he's used to scoring a touchdown almost every game. We got a really good team, but it's not bragging. I'm saying usually though we've got a good team, but in this game at quarterback, he never scored, but the team won, and a couple kids that don't always scored touchdowns. And he was upset about that. I said, dude, and I had to explain to him, like, I went deep. I showed him, like, there were so many years Tom Brady did not lead the league in passing yards, but he won Super Bowls, and that was the key. Yeah. And as quarterback, that's what you've got to figure. If you're doing that, if you help somebody get a touchdown, you can almost call it an assist for yourself like they do in soccer and basketball and hockey. But you're not going to score a touchdown every game. And you're right. Your kid, if he doesn't score and he gets upset, it's an interesting conversation to have with your sons when they're young. So
Tito, are you on board with me?
Yeah.
After this lesson to your boy, that quarterbacks, wins and losses is a quarterback stat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep.
Absolutely.
And especially at this age, Devier, because and one of the reasons I think my son plays quarterback is that he's like got this weird kind of Rain Man thing when it comes to knowing the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And he might know the plays better than any other kids on the team. Yeah. And so like he knows where to turn, who to give the ball to based on what the play is, or if he's rolling out, if he's throwing, whatever he's going to do with it. And I think and I try to explain to him that's the advantage he has. That's why they have him there, is because if you have somebody there who doesn't hand the ball off the right way, doesn't know which way to turn on certain things, it's never going to work. Mm-hmm. And so I try to sell him on that.
Yeah, tough sell.
Yeah, I know.
Tough sell.
You got a hashtag Buckeye for us?
Well, I don't have a hashtag Buckeye, but I do have a Buckeye leaf that I would love to give somebody.
Let's do it.
If you're okay with it. I want to give a Buckeye leaf to Julian Sand, right? A guy who's been holding a clipboard first 2 weeks, gets in the game, goes 2 for 2, throws a tutty.
Right.
That helmet would be bare.
Yeah.
If not for the fourth quarter now. You probably got about 3 or 4 on there, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Got to fill that whole side up before Big Ten play.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's what you want to do.
And I love seeing those helmets that have got all those leaves on them as the season goes on.
You like
That's
that?
such a cool thing.
Yeah. But if I did have a hashtag Buckeye, I would go with Joel Klatt's show.
Okay.
In a quote from him on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yep.
They are an elite football team and a scary team. This new Chip Kelly offense is a force at Ohio State football. And Joel Klatt, I'll be honest with you, I agree.
Yeah.
I really agree. They look really efficient under Chip. Like there's not much besides like maybe missed assignments and drops.
Yeah.
Not many offsides. They look disciplined. Not many, just bad plays. They look sharp.
Yes.
They look sharp.
They do. And it's going to be, they look very sharp so far. I'm glad you brought that up. And I can't wait to see what they look like after this bye week, after having another week like this and getting ready for the game. Plenty of time to get ready for Marshall. I still expect kind of a vanilla-like offense. They don't need to throw a whole lot of new things out there, new wrinkles into things.
Yeah. Were you about to say Vanilla Ice?
It was a combination of Vanilla Ice and Milli Vanilli. So I said Vanilli. And so
I heard Milli Vanilli.
It was Vanilli is what I was saying there. Hey, make sure you tune in tomorrow. The Buckeye Show, the full 2 hours. Timmy's got like this Buckeye kind of a roundtable thing set up with all kinds of guests to talk about where Ohio State's at. Tomorrow. You're in here tomorrow too, part of that, right?
Yeah, I'll be in here.
Devier will be in also. So, they're going to have like a 4-man weave going on or a 3-man, 1-woman weave going on in here throughout that. Talk about the Buckeyes. On the bye week, there's lots to talk about still, and we'll get a lot of different people tuning on that. Make sure you stick around tonight because after us, Inside Edge comes up, and then it'll be the On the Money show with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas. I don't know if they're live in studio. They are. That's perfect. They'll be live in studio, and I'm sure they'll have lots to talk about. Maybe Scotty Vegas can tell you about some of his bets this past weekend, where he's at. I don't know if he had a good weekend this past. I like tuning in and asking Scotty how he did. Yeah. I do. I'll text him during the show too to try to rattle him as well. But that's it for us tonight. Thank you, Devier. Thank you, Cole. Coming up next, Inside Edge right here on The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
How do people feel about getting big fitness energy at Planet Fitness for $15 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster. That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $15 a month.
Hurry. Deal ends September 12th. Join today for $15 a month.
See Home Club for details.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventative maintenance checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the fall and winter ahead. Check us out at carpentercolumbus.com. That's carpentercolumbus.com.
Are your feet stopping you from being active and making it difficult to get healthier? Trade in your bad feet and start the new year with good feet and get healthy in 2024. Wouldn't it be nice to work, walk, and play pain-free again?
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton.